Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. As my lessons continue to work through the ABRSM Grade 6 Music Theory Workbook, I turn my attention now to question 3A, exercise 5. And in exercise 5, we are required to compose a melody in the style of a given extract. And here we are given the extract of a gavotte, and we need to compose a gavotte for violin. We are in a major key and we are requested to modulate to the relative minor key. The full lesson can be found on my Patreon channel. If you visit patreon.com/Sharon Bill, you can find the full lesson there, and you can find links to this lesson in the cards and in the description box below. After this short little video, you'll see sample examples of this lesson showing you how I work with you step by step through the whole composition process. And everything you need to know to fully understand the techniques of composition and the specific requirements and range of each instrument can be found in my Harmony and Composition textbook. This is available from Amazon, and you can find links to this in the cards and in the description box below. And everything you need can also be found via my website. If you visit www.sharonbill.com, you'll find everything you need right there. Enjoy your studies. Bye! Now, actually, the popularity of these dances continued well into the 1800s, into the classical period, even if they were no longer actually danced to necessarily. It's a fairly quick dance, always in quadruple time, usually 4/4, and usually this anacrusis starting on the third beat is typical of that dance style of a gavotte. Many examples of this can be found in Bach's instrumental suites, so of course it wasn't necessarily danced to even in the Baroque period. So here is bar 2, just do it lightly, I might need a bit more space. Here is bar 3, here is bar 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This last bar is a bit shorter, but I'm expecting to use less quaver movement here because this is going to be the end of the first half, and then this anacrusis must be reflected leading into the second half. And so bar 5, bar 6, I think I'm going to run out, am I? Bar 7, let me just check that. Bar 4, bar 5, bar 6, bar 7, bar 8. Now bar 8 of course will only have 2 beats because it's now completing the intro, and the ending give us our whole bar's worth there, don't they? So we can see the structure. That's going to be our chord 5, our imperfect cadence in the tonic key, in the major key, and then we're going to have a 5/1 in our new key, so somewhere around here we're going to need to modulate to E minor. It would go down a third, and if I go down a third, that takes me to an E, which could be chord 4, it could be chord 2, E, and then it goes down a step. This is working quite well. D, E. Now, so I'm going to keep this pattern going again. And actually, if I think of so it's gone sort of A da 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 da, G da da da. So if I go F sharp, that's my leading note, which would go to the G. It's completing that pattern. Da da da. Dum. Now, ideally, you'd think that would go to a G leading note. However, I'm going to treat that as just an arpeggio leading us to the D, which is sort of ambiguous whether it's chord 1 or chord 5. So I perhaps I've done a slight little naughty there in a sense, but I think it works. Da 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 dum, da da. So that's crotchet. And then here we're weaving around a chord 5, of which this is just an extension reel. So I think the arpeggiation will excuse that. Now I want a long note here. It's always best at your sort of cadence points to sort of bring things to something of a close. Don't keep the busyness going continually so that you're dropping off the end of the phrase, as it were. So the first part of the second half, I should say, we need something a little bit different. We can't just keep noodling around, as it were. I find that the A, B, A, or sort of an extension of A, B, A, this is where something different needs to go on. We've had lots of quaver movements, so I think we can make use of this little leaping crotchets figure. And again, if we invert it, and I think a violin is quite comfortable with the interval of an octave, and it's a bouncy, agile dance. So